Hello guys, I'm Dave again. Good to have you back on the channel. In this video, I'm going to be walking you through the Valhalla feature verb. We're going to be taking a look at this reverb. I'm going to be showing you some cool stuff I know about this reverb. So no time to waste. I love us to dive in the video. So this is the plugin on the desktop here, and in no time we're gonna be taking a look at the plugin. But first, I have this performance I want us to use the plugin on. So if you've been working with me recently, you know that I've been using this performance for most of my tutorials.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away. So many things they have to say right now, but yeah, they bluffing. When they see me coming, yeah, they be the grinding. Every time they keep on grinding, and they should just be grinding, cause you see me, no one fit try my energy at all. So fuck.
Yeah, so that's the performance we're gonna be using today. So as you hear the performance now, you're already hearing some reverb happening in the background, but it's not the reverb we're gonna be talking about today. It's another reverb. So if you look here, I've brought my vocal to a reverb boss, and on the reverb boss we have this amazing reverb which I'll be talking about next on the channel. And then we also have the Valhalla vintage reverb. So this is my goal for reverb whenever I'm mixing my vocal and stuff like that. And we have the new one that is the Valhalla feature verb, which we're going to be talking about. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to off the 3 reverb plugin. I have 3 reverb, and the other one here is also the Valhalla reverb, and I'm gonna just off them like this. So if we play the performance now,
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away.
we have our vocal coming in dry. There's no reverb on the vocal, right? Yeah, now let's take this time to see what we can do. And also let me just off the delay as well. Yeah, then we'll have a clearer picture of the plugin we're going to apply. Yeah, so if you see my lead vocal here is also routed to this control channel, that is my vocal box. And then on the vocal box channel we have the Valhalla feature verb here. Yeah, so this is the Valhalla feature verb. Let me just take you over it quick. The UR, this is it. And what I think of this reverb is, over time we the producers, we've been doing some trick where whenever we are applying delay to our vocal performances, we always add reverb onto that delay just to kind of soak the delay with the performance, so it just feel glued together, right? So the reverb ain't gonna sound separate from the delay, they just gonna merge with each other. We usually do that trick, so I think that's one of the stuff of Valhalla. Yeah, just kind of a reason with, and because when you ask for my take when it comes to the recent plugin update, I think those plugin manufacturers, and they're kind of just gathering our ideas, things we do on the daily basics, and then just shrink them into one user interface so that our workflow can just be much more faster and easier, yeah, that type of stuff like that. So I believe that's the same stuff they did with this Valhalla feature verb, because if you look at this section of the UI where I'm hovering the mouse, we have the echo. If you have been using the Valhalla, you realize that we have the echo in the Valhalla bundle, and we also have the delay. So when we speak of the echo, it does the same stuff as the Valhalla delay. And this section of the UI, we have the Valhalla reverb, which we see as the Valhalla plate reverb or the Valhalla vintage reverb. But inside these two sessions right now, every other stuff you look at on this plugin, they are the same stuff we've been working with previously. Our session here for the mix, the wave and the mix level, and then we have the mode here, we have the depth, we have low cut and high cut. That's just the usual stuff, right? And then if you come to the reverb here, like I said, if you were using Valhalla vintage delay, Valhalla delay, you will see that we have the tape mode and we have detune, which is new, and that's one of the reasons of this video. And just to clear the air, I'm also new to this plugin. This is my first impression on this plugin, so it's kind of a we are unboxing it together. Yeah, so yeah, some stuff that's gonna also be new to me here. Yeah, so we have a couple of few new modes here. Lo-fi, which we had in the previous delay, and if you come similar to the reverb we have played, we have whole, we have space, a lot of preset here where we can go on more, right? Okay, so let's just stop the talking here and then put this in demonstration. So this is without the plugin. As you see here, it's not activated. Now let's play.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away. So many things they have to say right now.
Yeah, so that's the performance without the plugin. Now I'm about to activate the plugin. Now the plugin is activated.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away. So many things they have to say right now.
Yeah, so if you've been following the channel, you know I'm also a big fan of preset because that's one of the way we get our head around the parameters on the UI, right? So I'd love us to just take one preset. Since I'm using this for a pop performance, let's come to the medium here, and then this is kind of a snare stuff. I don't want this. Let's come to small here. Okay, let's piano. Snap it. Okay, let's try this one. So you see our UI change color and then the parameters, some of them just change, and let's play. Woo! We are, I don't like that. Okay, let's go back again. Let's come for ambience. Okay. Actually, we have to take our time a bit and then find something. Let's go and represent the performance here. Let's come to vocal room. Yeah, let's try this. Now it's kind of a too much, and we ain't doing send because usually we do send our reverb to another channel, but now the reverb is being slapped on the main channel, yeah, and it's at 100% if you look here. So what we're going to do now is let's just leave this preset we have selected, which is the medium vocal room, and then let's just drop it here like 50%. That should be fine.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away. So many things they have to say right now.
Kind of a cool, right? But still feeling too much for me. Let's drop to 30%.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away. So many things they have to say right now.
Yeah, kind of a feeling nice. And more often when I'm doing my reverb stuff, I also love to have the beat playing. So let's hear this with the beat.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away. So many things they have to say right now.
Stay too much in my case. So what I'm going to do here so we can be able to play with the parameter is I'm going to then, try as hard to just go back to the default. And unfortunately I cannot see the default setting here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get rid of the plugin right now by doing delete, and then just come back for Valhalla. Okay, now so we are back on the default preset, and let's play.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away.
And with this stuff here, we have both level here. We have the level. This is the level for the delay. So all of the stuff you hear now, there's no delay coming in. Yeah.
Now I'm on the low.
We just have the reverb coming in because we have the reverb level all the way to 100% here. So if I then drop this reverb level to 0%, this is what we hear.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away.
Yeah, so we have our drop performance back, right? And if I then push this delay level all the way to 100, this is what we have.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away.
So now we have the delay coming in more like a slight delay. So if you want to make your vocal performance feel wider, like the trick we do with the double or more often, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna just do this around 20% or 18%, I recommend.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away. So many things they have to say right now.
See around the 20%, it's just feel, a little bit richer in the vocal, but it's not overshadowing the vocal performance, right? Now let's come to the note here, and then let's push this to 1/4. That is our usual delay if you're doing Afrobeat. And then let's push the delay level like 50%, and then hear it.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away. So many things they have to say right now. But yeah, they're bluffing.
And we have the same setting we had in the Valhalla delay. We can spread the delay, so it's going to then, clean up the middle of the delay and then occupy both our ears.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away.
So you see with the spray, we now have our vocal being in the middle, and then we have the delay effect in both the right and the left ear, which is actually cool. And now this is the feedback of the echo, how long you want the echo to extend. I'm sure most of you guys know this by now, but just in case you are new to music production, this is how long you want it to go. Yeah, and then we also have this cool draft stuff here. You can draft the delay, that is, you want the delay to feel distorted. Let's put this in action.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away. So many.
I'm sorry, I kind of did that too much, but yeah, at least you got the idea of that. Yeah, and then let's just put this in action so you see it too.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away.
Yeah, it's good. And if you are kind of wanting to ask me what I suggest when it comes to delay on your mixes, I do love the delay to be much lower, just to get the feel of a delay in the song, but not to be audible. So let's try around 13%.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away. So many things they have to say right now, but yeah, they bluffing. When they see it coming, yeah, they be.
You see, when I pause the performance, you hear the delay still moving in the back here, but it's not too much in the vibe. And that's how I love my delay whenever I'm doing my mixing. So yeah, if you want a recommendation on that, then you can go ahead to just lower the delay. The delay should just be in the background. It helps to make the mix feel much richer, but not, overshadowing the lead vocal, which is good. In my case, it always worked for me, and that's why I'm recommending it to you, so you can make good use of that. Yeah, now, so that's for the delay section. And the reverb section, this big knob here represent the decay. Yeah, just as the big knob here represent the delay effect. And then we have the size of the reverb. We also have the level here, that is how much of the reverb you want to take effect. Okay, we now have our delay to a reasonable amount, which is 3.3 and 4/4. And then let's come to our reverb now.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away. So many things they have to say right now.
So if I increase the level of the reverb now, and I still have my low cut at 100 Hz, it kind of make the reverb feeling way too much for my performance. Most especially this performance where we have no kick drum, we just have the piano playing and the voice is rolling on top of it. It kind of make the reverb feeling too much on top of the voice. So what I'm going to do to make this feel right for me is I'm going to cut more of the low here. That is, let's just be at 300 Hz here, which is this. Let's then hear it.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away. So many things they have to say right now, but yeah, they bluffing. When they see it coming, yeah, they be the.
Another stuff about the reverb here again, by default we have the high is at 450 Hz. I think that's because most of us these days we roll out our high end of the reverb, so the reverb just be like on the vocal performance, right? But just in case you want that presence of the reverb, you can then increase the highs here. The normal Valhalla vintage reverb is around the 8,000 Hz here. Yeah, so you can then push up to 20,000 here if that's what you want, but let's be around 13 here, and then hear how bright the reverb has now become on our performance.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away.
Yeah,
so
that
many things they have to say right now, but yeah, they bluffing. When they see it coming,
which is absolutely cool. And before I forget, let's also talk about the color of the reverb here. This is more like the feel of the reverb, the type of vibe. So if now we call it on the natural, that is, the reverb is going to be bringing more of the performance that's coming through. But if we take bright, the reverb is going to be bringing more presence. You feel me? More presence onto our performance, right? So let's take the bright. And one thing I always love about the Valhalla plugin is that whenever you change preset, the UI change along with the preset, and that's one cool stuff I do love about the Valhalla plugin. So let's then play and see what's going to happen here.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away. So many things they have to say right now, but yeah, they bluffing. When they say coming, yeah, they be the grinding.
So you see with the bright color selected, we have our reverb being more bright. Let's take the dark.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away. So many things they have to say right now, but yeah, they bluffing. When they say coming, yeah.
Which is cool. And one I haven't come across before is the studio. We've always been seeing dark, bright, natural, but this one is new to us, which is the studio. So yeah, this is new to me. Let's hear it together and see what we're gonna be getting.
Now I'm on the low, so pass me the juice, make I blow my stress away. So many things they have to say right now, but yeah, they bluffing. When they say
Alright, so if I'm to describe the kind of feelings I'm having from the studio color of the Valhalla feature reverb, I would say if the vocal just engaged, we have it being darker, but the remains that is the longer part of the reverb is brighter. Yeah, which is cool. So they blend both the dark and the bright, but the first reaction is dark, and then the remains the bright, which is cool though. Yeah, they're cool, man. Yeah, so over time, like I said, I'm new to this plugin too, and this is just my first impression of the plugin. And yeah, I'm already loving it. I love the fact that we have both the delay and the reverb on the same UI. So, I think one of the reasons this is happening because most of us, including me, we've been forgetting to use the other type of Valhalla. I won't lie to you. Yeah. Sometimes we just open up the entire bundle and we'll just pick up the Valhalla vintage reverb and stuff like that. But at least I've also been using the Valhalla delay because it's one of the best delay when it comes to doing your creative stuff with delay. Yeah. So I've been using the Valhalla delay as well. And I will have here, though if you are using the feature reverb here, you're going to be missing out some of the feature of the Valhalla delay. That means you cannot get rid of the Valhalla delay forever. Yeah. So you will still be using the Valhalla delay, but whenever you want to run stuff out quick, you just come about using the Valhalla feature verb where you have your echo and your reverb and pretty much everything about the Valhalla vintage reverb here too. And then you just go about, making your song come to life. Yeah. Yeah, guys. So that's exactly what I want to show you about this plugin. I cannot go any further. That's all I wish you know about this plugin. And let me know your take in the comment section if there's anything you think about this plugin. For me there, I'm going to be using this plugin often. Yeah, I'm going to be using it often. For now, I'll just be playing around with it. And once I have, the control I need to have over it, I'm just going to be using it as my main plugin because that's what I see the feature is here. Let's dive into the feature. Nah. Okay, until next time, catch you on the next video.